Here's a comprehensive rundown of everything that's known about the upcoming movie, The Batman, Part 2, directed by Matt Reeves. The Batman 2 was officially revealed earlier this year as part of DC Studios' forthcoming lineup for the upcoming years. Serving as a continuation of the initial film, this sequel will maintain its own universe, notwithstanding the impending DCU reboot. For those who relish standalone movies devoid of the complexities of a connected cinematic universe, the anticipation surrounding Reeves' upcoming work is well-deserved. Release date for The Batman 2. Presently, The Batman Part 2 is scheduled to be released on October 3, 2025. As of earlier this year, production was initially planned to commence in November. However, the industry has since been impacted by two distinct strikes initiated by the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA. These movements are projected to significantly impact the progress of Reeves' sequel, and there is a high likelihood of the movie facing delays. Reports suggest that filming may now not begin until March 2024. Considering the substantial time gap until its release, there's a possibility that the movie could still meet its original 2025 release, although fans should brace themselves for potential setbacks. Behind-the-scenes developments. Progress has indeed been made behind the scenes. Reeves had previously confirmed that Greg Fraser would once again serve as the cinematographer for Part 2. DC Studios co-lead James Gunn also shared that Batman 2 is coming out as early as it possibly can, and Reeves will be granted adequate time to make it as great as possible. The Batman 2 cast, returning characters. Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne/Batman. Unsurprisingly, Bruce Wayne will return in a Batman capacity, portrayed by Robert Pattinson. By the conclusion of The Batman, Bruce Wayne's commitment as the Dark Knight remains paramount, yet the billionaire has found a way to embrace his public persona to a greater extent. While Gotham's relationship with the hero remains complex, Wayne's philanthropic efforts are expanding as the city undergoes reconstruction. Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth. Alongside Robert Pattinson's Batman, Andy Serkis' portrayal of Alfred Pennyworth is the only other confirmed casting for The Batman 2 thus far. Given Alfred's pivotal role in Bruce Wayne's world, his return comes as no surprise. Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle/Catwoman. Although unconfirmed, the return of Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman is uncertain, yet her absence would naturally be the most seamless from the rest of the cast. After all, she left Batman at the end of the first film to begin anew. Colin Farrell as Oswald Cobblepot/the Penguin. While not officially verified, it is expected that Colin Farrell will reprise his role as Oswald Cobblepot, better known as the Penguin. This could follow his upcoming Max streaming series, The Penguin. Considering Warner Brothers developed an entire spin-off project for this character, his return in Robert Pattinson's sequel seems highly likely. Paul Dano as the Riddler. Despite being apprehended in his debut film, it is anticipated that Paul Dano's Riddler will reappear in some capacity in the sequel. While his involvement remains unconfirmed, the actor has previously expressed his openness to exploring the Riddler further in Part 2. Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon. Where Batman goes, Gotham follows, and with it comes Commissioner Gordon. Though the character isn't yet officially included in Part 2's announcements, Jeffrey Wright's portrayal of the detective is expected to continue. Barry Keoghan as the Joker. While Matt Reeves hasn't explicitly confirmed Joker's role in his future Batman projects, it's anticipated that Barry Keoghan will return for the upcoming film. Reeves, however, cautioned against assuming that the Clown Prince of Crime would be the central villain in Part 2. The Batman 2 villain, who will it be? Reports suggest that Reeves' Batman Part 2 will prominently feature the villainous Clayface in the storyline. Uncertainty surrounds the precise iteration of the character, whether it's the literal shape-shifting clay monster or the non-supernatural vengeful stage actor disheartened by a reboot of one of his iconic films. Pattinson has expressed interest in a more grounded version of Mr. Freeze, suggesting its potential potency. He also advocated for the Court of Owls, a covert criminal elite society lurking in the shadows of Gotham City for centuries. Other possible villains teased in the first film include Hush, Bane, Two-Face, and the Trigger Twins. With Paul Dano's Riddler and Colin Farrell's Penguin rumored to return, it's reasonable to anticipate their roles in the unfolding narrative. Furthermore, Barry Keoghan's Joker is expected to occupy a smaller role in Part 2, allowing another antagonist to take the spotlight. The Batman 2 plot, what to expect. Predicting the exact narrative of The Batman, Part 2 proves challenging, given the extensive roster of anticipated cast members. At the very least, it will undoubtedly be a story of multiple threads. One can anticipate that Bruce Wayne's public persona will be more prevalent in this film. Robert Pattinson's hero has now embraced this facet more fully, so this aspect will likely receive more attention compared to his debut. Should Clayface be the chosen antagonist, his background as a former actor could lead to him being equally involved in both sides of Bruce Wayne's life, both the world of wealthy elites and that of prominent actors. With Joker and Riddler in custody, the movie might find a way to integrate them into the overarching plot. Batman's visits to their cells could serve similar purposes as his previous interactions. The Penguin's underworld connections could play a pivotal role if the Court of Owls is brought to the forefront for Part 2. Is there a connection to James Gunn's DC Universe? Matt Reeves' The Batman, Part 2 is not tied to the impending DCU reboot. Instead, it will maintain its own universe and be categorized under the Elseworlds label, akin to the Joker 2. Reeves previously affirmed that the Batverse thing is kind of its own thing. James Gunn and Peter Safran are letting them do. Safran has also reiterated that they are fully invested in the success of the Batman just like we are with everything else, despite its lack of alignment with the broader DCU plans. The Batman 2 trailer, anticipated arrival. The initial trailer for The Batman debuted in August 2020, 19 months before the movie's eventual release in theaters. However, this lengthy interval was largely attributed to COVID-19 and its far-reaching disruptions across the entertainment industry. The second trailer premiered at DC Fandom in October 2021, 5 months ahead of the movie's release. This timeline aligns more closely with the typical period between a project's announcement and its first trailer. Assuming the sequel adheres to its scheduled release on October 3, 2025, fans might expect the trailer to launch sometime between 4 to 5 months in advance. Interestingly, this timeframe coincides with San Diego Comic-Con 2025, making it a probable platform for Warner Bros. To initiate the film's promotional campaign.